I come from a very working class, northern working class background, very gritty politically, quite difficult, not an easy childhood, but I see now that that informed a lot of what I now do. One of my main escape routes from the boredom of what went on in the living room was to go upstairs and play music.
You gentlemen come watch while I'm scrubbing the floors, and you're scrubbing the floors while you're gawking. You toss me your tips and it makes you feel swell on a ratty waterfront in a ratty old hotel, and you never guess to who you're talking. No, you never guess to who you're talking.
One of the first things I did in Latihan was to sing. My mouth opened and out came this sound that I'd never heard. Frightened me actually. I thought, where's that come from? So that was the first intimation, and that has gone on and on and on. And I would say I had years where my Latihan was nothing but voice, and it was going into all these areas of my body. I didn't understand what was happening. It was as if I was being asked to sing from every cell of my body, to a point where I'd be saying, for goodness sake, can we just stop now?
Fancy gloves though, as my dear, so there's not a trace of me.
If I'm sounding for myself, it's like a doorway to another world. It's like a doorway to the unconscious. So I can get imagery, memories, sounds, or new areas that the voice goes into. But myself will feel quite astonished, think, wow, where's that come from? So it's like a conduit for all kinds of unexplored areas in myself. And when I'm working with other people, the same thing happens for them. And if I'm working individually with people, for some reason, as they're making their sounds, I'm able to pick up imagery, or might be a sentence or something that connects me to what is going on in their unconscious world. I link my work with the energy system, the chakra system. And if you can resonate sound physically in the chakras and through the sort of cellular structure of the body, it induces change. And it's been proven scientifically in the 1960s. Hans Jenny actually conducted some experiments in which he passed sound waves through substances on a metal plate, and you can see for yourself the cellular structure of the substance changing in front of your eyes. What's also interesting is when you change the frequency of the sound, the substance goes temporarily into chaos and then it reforms, and the forms are an exact replica of the forms in nature. A very important recent reconnection for me has been with painting, because I stopped for many years and I found this way of working, which is like the singing and the songwriting is basically coming from the unconscious, so it's very deeply liberating. And it's really nice to have an art form that is tangible, because voice is very intangible. It's there and then it's gone, and the same with performing. So that's been a real joy, and the one informs the other. I quite often start vocalising when I'm painting, and sometimes when I'm vocalising I see a lot of colour and shape, so they fit together very well. I think the only other thing I would say to anyone who feels they have a talent, a creative talent, is never give up. Don't let anything stand in your way, however huge an obstacle it seems. Use the obstacle as fuel for moving it forward, because on the other side is such joy. I'm happier now than I think I've ever been at the age of 63, because it's all, I'm not afraid of it anymore. I'm at home with it and really enjoying it.
One night there's a yell in the night, and you wonder what could that have been.